Opponents of the Keystone XL pipeline project will be gathering in Washington in the next few hours. Organizers are hoping to fill the National Mall for the demonstration. They want to drive home to the White House that the Keystone project be stopped. Paul Hunter is watching the story in Washington and joins us now with more. So, Paul, what exactly are we expecting today with this protest in Washington?
Well, protesters think it's going to be a huge deal. I mean, some people are even likening it to the rally with Martin Luther King on the Mall in 1963. I mean, it remains to be seen whether there will be that many people. They are expecting thousands. It's a bit of a chilly day, but it's nice. And people have come from all over the United States to be here today to send, once again, you know, you could call this the sort of beginning of the last big public push to get Barack Obama to turn thumbs down on this project, because indeed he can. And if you keep your eyes peeled behind me, by the way, you'll see people filtering down the sidewalks. They're making their way toward the mall as we speak. It's a little ways away from starting. Then they're going to unfurl a giant sort of faux pipeline and march around the White House to underline their message that Barack Obama's got to stop this thing. Now, it's not just about the pipeline. I mean, what it really is a proxy war against the oil sands in Alberta. If they figure if they can sort of turn the tap off at the border by having Barack Obama say no to the pipeline coming the rest of the way, that somehow that will then curtail work in the oil sands, notwithstanding plans to then, if it doesn't come to the States, that Canada would just sell it to China or other places, be it through the gateway, and yes, there are people who are opposed to that, or send it out the other direction toward eastern Canada and off somewhere else. But even if that happens, the idea, protesters, that there was the one earlier this week with Robert Kennedy and Daryl Hannah, they were saying that even if it gets turned thumbs down, if they can just delay these things, the longer they can delay it, the more they think they can draw more Americans on side to their perspective. So there's a lot going on here today, but the bottom line is thousands of people march around the White House saying no to Keystone. Okay,
so Paul, if this is being regarded as perhaps the last big final public push on the bigger issue, as you call it, the proxy war, but more specifically the Keystone XL project, how might it ultimately affect the decision from the White House on this?
Well, here's where things stand right now. Recall the problem going through Nebraska. Well, they've rerouted it, right? And the way it is now, that plan is in the State Department. And John Kerry, an environmentally sort of conscious guy, so he is looking at it. They will bring out what's called a draft environmental review at any time. Then by law, there's 2 months at which the public can comment on it. After that, it goes to the White House. And it's, we say things like this all the time, but it really is true. Barack Obama then has the power to say yay or nay. It's that simple. So we're talking at least, even if that draft review were to come out Monday, it would be 2 months before it goes to the White House. And then it's up to Barack Obama, who has kept his cards close to his chest. There are some who've interpreted his words lately as saying he's going to turn thumbs down on it. Others who say, look, this is his chance to take a stand on the environment, and he may, in fact, say no to it. But you've got to worry about the economy, and he talks a lot about energy independence down here, which makes Americans just go all dreamy-eyed when they hear about that, and they see this as a way toward that. So there's a lot at play. He has the ultimate power in a couple of months, at least in a couple of months.
Okay, lots at stake and lots to watch for. We'll stay on it. Paul, thanks very much for this.